You can't miss him. He sits on the outside of the semicircle close to the audience. The diminutive man with the explosion of white hair that stands out like a fortissimo in a Tchaikovsky overture. Irving Wadler, the boy who used to bring home ribbons and trophies and music scholarships instead of batting awards. Irving Wadler, the man who pursued one of the great passions of his life, the violin. Irving Wadler, who has been with the Houston Symphony longer than any other musician.
I fell in love with the violin when I was about 7 years old. My folks took me to a musical on Broadway, one of the Broadway shows. And there in the pit, the violinist was the leader of the orchestra. And he would lead the orchestra by playing the violin and occasionally using his bow as a baton. And I was so fascinated with the violin that I don't remember what happened on the stage. I never even looked at the stage. The entire 2 hours, I kept staring at the violinist. So when I came home, I told my mother, I want to play the violin. So a week later, she went down to a huge store called Wanamaker's in New York. So she bought me the largest violin she could find. And there I was trying to stretch out my arm on a large instrument. It wasn't until a year later when I began to take lessons that my teacher said, oh no, this will never do. So he put me back on a half-size violin. And from then on, started my career.
Wadler's career is really the story of the symphony. He has been with the orchestra since he was 19 years old, suffering what he calls the tyranny of Tchaikovsky to the sensitivity of Barbaroli. Yes, conductors have come and gone. Wadler has remained, as durable as the hardwood sculptures he creates in his off hours. Each has a religious, or as you might expect, a musical theme.
I work at my leisure time. I work alone. It's quiet. I usually have music playing while I work. And it's much more satisfying in a way because there are no pressures connected with it. This is the harmonica player, made of a piece of Philippine mahogany.
He studied both art and music. Music won out. Art is his relief valve from the pressures of performances that keep him up till midnight and rehearsals that call him back first thing in the morning. Now, after 47 years, it's time for a rest. Oh, he'll never put the violin completely away. One of his grandsons, Stephen, is working on a Bach concerto. Stephen plays the lead. Grandpa is playing the second part. Second fiddle to a 10-year-old, as he affectionately describes it. In the real world, Irving Wadler plays second fiddle to no one.